What's going on, everybody? So what I want to do with this chart today, this is Nvidia. I want to do a little bit of a breakdown because Nvidia presented 2 to 3 different trade setup ideas based on the opening range, based on the pre-market levels. And I kind of want to show you how you could have taken advantage of these, whether that be to the short side, whether that be to the long side. So forth and so forth. So before I get into this video, if you could do me a favor, please subscribe to my channel. Also, when you're done watching this video, leave me a comment, drop me a thumbs up. Also, join that Discord. That link to my Discord is down in the description box below. But here's what I'm going to get into here. So Nvidia presented a couple of trade setups to the long side and to the short side. So the overall market in general today, we had a little bit of a washout in the morning, starting with pre-market and going into right off of the open. Nothing wrong with a little bit of a washout. If you're fairly new to trading and you don't understand some of the lingo and stuff that I use, a washout is basically like a dip. Okay, so pre-market, market opens, we get a little bit of a flush, a little bit of that dip, and then we get a little bit of stabilization, consolidation, and then we get a little bit of a rip higher. Generally, I like when we get either when we open red and go red to green, or I like when we have a flat open, have a little bit of a washout, base out, and then kind of go higher. I don't really like the big big green gap ups, future surging 100, 200, 300 points, and then there's a big gap up. Generally speaking, anytime we have a big gap up, we kind of get stuff that supply, and then we go fading from green to red and then kind of stabilize or go sideways. But so just to kind of outline what's going on here with Nvidia. So Nvidia had pre-market highs $286.50. We also had this candle here, this 630 candle right here that I'm kind of highlighting over with my cursor. That price is $285.50. This is our opening range high on the 5-minute time frame. So that first candle, that first 5 minutes of the market open, we're going to let it go up and down. We're going to set opening ranges off of that, and then we're going to kind of play that incorporated with the pre-market levels as well. You can see here, there's a lot of stocks. If you really look at the tech stocks, there's a lot of stocks that, right around this time between 5 and 6, they put in this nasty, like red candle. This is more so just, it's just setting up a range. This is not really like active sellers in this candle. This is, extremely low volume, one big sale order kind of gets filled and then bounces back up here. But mind you, we need to still mark this out because this did happen in the pre-market. 277.15 is that level here. And we also have our opening range on the 5-minute candle at 280.98. So here are the potential setups that we could have taken. Just getting back to this 6:30 a.m. candle, we put in that low of 280.98. Then you see we get 5, 10, 15 minutes of consolidation. And then right here around 6:50, we clearly close below this opening range break. This would be your entry short. You can see here we get 5, 10, 15, 20. We get a little bit of a bounce here, 25, 30, 35 minutes flush into 274. So if we look at it from 280.98 all the way down here to 274, we're talking about a 6-point move in the money in your favor. This is what I like to call your scalping opportunity. This is not a day trade. This is a pure scalping opportunity. Where would you look to take profits? Personally, myself, I would look to take profits somewhere close to this 277, kind of give this a little bit of time. See, are we going to hold this 277? You see here when we came and touched it at 710, we got this big bounce here, and then we could not continue with the bounce, and then we got this flush, and then we proceeded to get another washout here. So somewhere in here, I probably would have been looking to take profits. This green bar, I'm not going to be I'm not going to lie, this green bar probably would have shaken me out of this position to go short, to hold it short. As soon as I seen it, we took out this little indecision candle right here, this little red indecision candle right around 710, and then we closed above it. I probably would have started to take my profits somewhere in that 277, 278 area. However, technicals is going to say as long as we do not close back above this opening range low here, we're going to stay in the trade. So this is only a 5-minute candle. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to let 2 5-minute candles pass. So for example, this candle that preceded at 720 was to close over the big green candle. More than likely would be coming up here to the 20 moving average and probably pushing this opening range low price here, and any close there just would have stopped out for a break even. Got that continued flush. So how I really like to play these scalps is if I know that our opening range is 280.98, and if we get that flush, I'm going to enter, and I know that this, you know, this big nasty red candle here was at 277. As soon as we get the flush and we tag it and we start to bounce off of that, take your scalp, take your cash flow, take your money off the table. That's about a 3-point move in your favor. Go right at the money, just one outside the money, as close to the current stock price. You would have done phenomenal. Then what you're going to do, wait for a setup. Where do we bottom out? Do we start to reclaim? Okay, reclaim meaning close above. Do we start to close above this pre-market low? Okay, so here is a potential for a bounce. Here's a potential for a bounce play. So how would you bounce Nvidia? We got this big washout off the open. We kind of consolidated sideways. Now we get 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes worth of green candles pushing up. Here we go, getting into this pre-market low zone. What you are going to do is, this is how you can play a bounce. An easy bounce way is if we flush through pre-market lows and reclaim pre-market lows, all we're going to do is set our stop at this candle that broke above the pre-market lows. In this case, it would be right here. Let me draw a trend line so it's a lot easier for everyone to see. That price would be 276.55. Our entry price is going to be anywhere between 277.15 and 277.50, depending on slippage and where you get filled. You're going to use this easy 75-cent risk as your stop. Play the bounce. As long as we don't close below it, you ride this trade. Essentially, you could have ridden this trade all throughout the day, all the way from 277 all the way up to highs of around 291. Just a phenomenal bounce. I did not play Nvidia. I had my hands in everything but Nvidia. I played Nvidia to the short side. Today I chased the pre-market low flush here, and then immediately got stopped out as soon as we closed back above pre-market lows. However, I was in Apple today. I took SPX calls. I took triple Q calls. I played AMD. I had a little bit of Apple from yesterday that I was still holding. I played Amazon and Tesla today. Very, very active, probably over traded, but today the market just moved so clean. It was so easy to kind of see plays play out. Big washout off the open, a base, and then we started to reclaim those pre-market lows, work higher, and then even take out pre-market highs. Anytime we do that, great opportunity to short scalp off the open, let it base out, let it reclaim levels. And if we are going to go higher, we are going to go higher. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no guesswork in this trade. If you missed a short scalp, as soon as we reclaim pre-market lows, okay, as soon as we 277.15, as soon as we start to reclaim this and we close above on a 5-minute candle, you set your stop at the candle's low that crossed back over pre-market low. Set your stop there. If this thing wants to tread sideways, roll over and go past your stop loss, so be it. The trade didn't work out. That's the name of the game. It's not like you're guessing. It's not like, you know, you're hoping that the stock goes up. You have a plan to enter the trade off of this bounce, off the reclaim of pre-market lows. You have a clear exit. If we lose that for the second time, then obviously the stock is weak. We don't want to be in the trade, period. Here's another little idea that you could have taken. So I gave you the short scalp flush. I also gave you the remount of pre-market lows is what we could have taken here, using the entry candles low as your stop. And then we could have also just waited throughout the day, kind of let all this action happen here and just say, if we can take out opening range highs, right, on our first 5-minute candle, opening range highs at 285.50, and we can take out pre-market highs at 286.50, I'm going to get long. Obviously, the stock is showing some strength, had a flush washout, came all the way back up. We could have easily been rejected in this zone and fell back over and stayed in the range. And if you take a look at this candle here, right around 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, not only did we confirm pre-market highs, and the opening range break at 285. We confirmed this and we proceeded to run up into close to that stock price of 291. You could have sold on the initial pop higher here, 290. You're looking at about a 3 to 4 point move, pulled all the way back to the 20 SMA, which is good. You want to see it hold the 20 SMA, especially if you're going long. If you're going short, you want to see it stay below the 20. You know, as soon as we get this tag on the 20 SMA, we get this nice bounce. It's a little bit more consolidation, showing a little bit of weakness because it broke down for the second time. Could have chosen to exit your trade here. Like I said, I give it 2 candle closes. We get a first red candle close. What I'm looking for now is that second red candle close under the 20. I would just be out of the trade. Being that we only got 1 red candle close underneath the 20, I give it 1 more candle to see, does the stock still have momentum? Is there still buyers at this level? And can they reclaim the 20? They quickly reclaim the 20 and then kind of chops around here for the, you know, realistically about 30 to 40 minutes here, and then gets this surge right off into the close. Off the 20 here, but you know, that's 3-4 different entries that you could have taken on Nvda. I know it seems a little complicated. Do you short? Do you long? Do you hold? You have to know what you're doing. If you're scalping pre-market opening range break, which was right here at the 280.98, you have to have a clear price target. I'm looking to enter this play and I'm looking to scalp right here at pre-market lows. Boom. That's your initial profit taking. You're going to take some profits off. You're going to hold a runner. Can we flush below this pre-market lows? We did. And then you could scale out the rest of your position somewhere down here. Or am I going to let this wash all the way out, find a base, reclaim pre-market lows, take a low risk bounce play here, giving yourself 75 cents worth of slippage here on this bounce it. And if it continues to hold this level, I'll continue to ride this and turn this into a day trade. Or are you just going to sit out, let all the price action do its thing, and then tell yourself if the stock is really strong and we can take out the opening range 5-minute break and we can take out pre-market highs, I'm going to enter that trade there. And as long as we stay above the 20 and as long as we stay above those pre-market highs, I'm going to continue to ride this trade there. That's 3 different trade ideas you could have taken on Nvda. It gave you 3 potential opportunities. Obviously, you're not going to catch them all. You know, you're not going to short scalp it here and then immediately bounce this stock and then immediately add to your position here. There's some people who do, but again, very experienced traders. I mean, start with 1. I'm not going to tell you to, you know, look for the short and then look for the bounce and then look for the break. Just pick 1. Are you looking to scalp? Is that your personality? Do you want to be in and out? Do you want to get that 2-3 point move in your favor? Take your cash flow off the table? Do you want to let the first 20-30 minutes of the market play out? Do you want to, you know, try to potentially bounce this, find an area of opportunity for a low risk bounce? If that bounce works in your favor, then go ahead and hold it the day trade. If the bounce does not work in your favor and flushes below those lows, just exit the trade and kind of reassess at a later time. Or do you want to kind of let the stock do its thing, work? Do you want to really let the stock show you it's strong, really let the stock show you that's got momentum? And then, you know, you're going to let the first couple of hours play out, and all you're really looking for is that break of the opening range highs. You're looking for that break of the pre-market highs. That's going to be your area of opportunity to go ahead and take a potential trade. And as long as we are staying over the 20 moving average and we do not fall below those pre-market highs, you're going to continue to ride this trade off into the sunset. So I hope that helps, guys. Join my Discord. Also, check out my website, evolutiontraders.com. Fantastic trading information there for beginners and intermediate, as well as people who have been around the trading game for quite some time. I got 22 hours of video content there, 2.5 hours worth of, you know, just jam-packed stuff. Also, I do have a daily watch list that I kind of put out. You can join that. I got a private channel in the Discord as well. Check that out if you want to, and I will see you guys all on the next video.